What's going on, everyone? James Urban Bass Slayers out in the backyard testing some baits in my little tiny bluegill pond, and made this walking bait. Had one of my buddies on Facebook, Shane, suggested I throw some wings on this bait, and also suggested the jitter lips. And through doing that, then I remembered about making the Tech Deck bait, so I got a bunch of those going on also. So what I want to talk about is this guy. It has been a pain in the butt. Changed the hook spot and had to change the line tie a couple times to get it to walk right. But now this thing walks really good. My hats are off to the guys that build walking baits, crawler baits as they call these. My hats are off to you guys because these things are a pain in the butt to tune. I have another style that I made and sent a couple out to my buddy, and I made them exactly like the other ones, and they will not walk. I don't know what it is. So I am rebuilding him a couple baits. Gonna make him one of these and a couple other baits, and now this guy is walking pretty good. Oops, I'm gonna trip over here while I'm trying to film. Show you guys a quick little walk. My bluegill are pretty used to these now, but it took me a little bit to get it to walk. I mean, it walks good in here. It's hard to do it with one hand while filming. It walks really well. So what happened was, I went to buy my normal wood that I use for my other baits, and I accidentally bought some regular pine. Cat's kind of out of the bag with these. I buy the Jenga stack blocks, and that's what I make my baits out of. It was a fluke. My daughter sent me a box of them for my birthday. The day before, I ran out of wood, and I didn't have any wood to build with. She sent me those baits. I stuck my pattern for my skinny baits on the big fat blocks, and it fit perfectly within a couple millimeters, and the rest is history. Yeah, the other pine, it's too heavy to make the baits I make, so I designed this bait for that heavy pine. This is the New Zealand pine that I use. I used the lighter stuff for this for the walking bait. I thought it would work a lot better for the walking bait. Talk about this guy real quick. A bunch of ballast weights on the bottom. I seal it up with two-tone epoxy, like most people with the walkers. You put these guys like this, put the little eye holes in there, and what that's going to do is it keeps the wings from collapsing on the face. And what will happen is it'll collapse on the face, and the water, as it's trying to go back and forth, it will actually push the wing up against the face of the bait, and the wings won't open. So you keep it like that, and it keeps those wings open. The other thing about the bait is I had the line tied low. You got the line tied low, it's going to pull the bait up like this. You put the line tie up, it's going to pull the bait down and get that head like this going in the water and get those wings to catch. So I got a couple other baits that I'm working on also with the wings, and they are a pain in the butt. But once you get them figured out and you can get it dialed in to where they swim every time, I got this thing finally dialed in, and gonna go in and I'm gonna write down everything. I have these little patterns that I cut out of old beer cartons. Something about those, they got like the it's like a material on the outside of the beer cartons that keeps the paper from like coming apart. So I use those to mix my epoxy on also. Kind of weird, kind of funny, but yeah. Anyway, it's all about getting the ballast right. And you know, you got your sink, and then you got your rise. The wood wants to rise, the weight wants to go down, so you got to get it just right to where it's walking just right in that water. Tough to do, man. Tough to get these right, but I think I got these things dialed in. I'm going to start pumping these out. I just got this little janky pole. I found this pole on top of a beaver house out at Bannister Park Pond about 10 years ago, and I still have it. I used to go to the creek in Roseville and smack little bluegill and bass on this thing all day long, and I thought this was a big pole. It's a little tiny, like, 4-footer. Anyway, herb bastards out in the backyard messing with stuff. I have so many projects going on. Finally got a little bit of free time to start, like, building. I'm staying up till like 2 in the morning just building, drawing, writing stuff down, everything, man. Also wanted to talk about right now, one of the best times to fish. It is cold outside, but if you can handle it, if you got some waders, you got some rain gear, the temperature is going to get up into the 60s next week, which will not really get up. It's about that right now in Sacramento. In Sacramento, the temperature is going to stay 60 for like 10 days. It's going to be stable weather. If you can get out there on those fish, they're probably going to get in a good feeding pattern. And the thing right now is the biggest fish in the water, when it starts to warm up like that and you get those warm days and it stays warm, those big fish, they're going to come in the shallows. I've caught some of my biggest fish in the shallow spots this time of year. Don't be afraid to throw something huge like this, because they want a meal and they want to eat it. Good time to put on big soft plastics like the bucas, the buca burritos, the nachos, all those soft plastic baits, and also the obviously the HUDs. Anyway, urban bastards, just building some wood baits. Got my granddaughter and kids here, so I haven't been going out fishing much. Yeah, anyways, late Merry Christmas, and New Year's is in a couple days. Gotta start getting out and getting on some fish, man. Hope you guys have a good New Year. Thanks for watching.